9:15 p.m. Myanmar Standard Time.
This is Radio Myanmar, Yangon. The news, read by Hla Thay. First, the headlines. Attorney General U Aung Do has delivered an address at the concluding ceremony of Reorientation Course Number 10 for township-level judicial officers. Mayor of Yangon, U Ko Lay, has attended a donation ceremony sponsored by the Yangon City Development Committee. Now the news in detail. A concluding ceremony of Reorientation Course Number 10 for township-level judicial personnel was held this morning at the No. 1 office room of the High Court. State Attorney General U Aung Do attended the ceremony and spoke on the occasion. He said that it was important for serving judges to handle cases correctly and properly, and punishment be meted out to misdemeanors in accordance with the directives issued, and to always keep in mind and carry out duties beneficial to the department as well as the state. The two-week course was attended by 30 trainees, including township judges, additional township judges, and judicial officers. A donation ceremony was held this morning at the meeting hall of the Myanmar Doctors Association. The Yangon City Development Committee donated a motor vehicle to the Myanmar Maternal and Child Care Association and 5 lakh kyats for the Myanmar Doctors Association building. Chairman of the Yangon City Development Committee and Mayor of Yangon, U Ko Lay, and responsible officials attended the ceremony. An 8-passenger master bongo wagon worth 5 lakhs and 30,000 and 5 lakhs in cash were donated to the Maternal and Child Care Association and the Myanmar Doctors Association, respectively. Help Keep the City Clean art exhibition, sponsored by the Yangon City Development Committee, was inaugurated this morning at the Myanmar Traditional Regatta Festival Pandal at Kandorji. Chairman of the Yangon City Development Committee and Mayor of Yangon, U Ko Lay, and responsible officials attended the ceremony. The exhibition is open free to the public from today till September 24th, from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. There are 5 categories in painting, cartoon, and poster competition. There will be 65 prizes, including first prize and consolation prizes. The prize distribution ceremony will be held on the morning of September 24th on the first floor of the Yangon City Hall. The 1991 annual meeting of the Myanmar Merchants and Industrialists Association was held this morning at the Tamada Hotel. Deputy Minister U Win Nai of the Ministry of Trade attended the meeting and delivered a speech. He said that the association was reorganized during the State Law and Order Restoration Council's tenure, and the association must act as a bridge between the state and the merchants, and that necessary assistance would be provided to the utmost by the Ministry of Trade. He stressed the need that it would be mutually beneficial to the state as well as the association if the association carried out its undertakings dutifully and with patriotic spirit. He continued that undertakings based on patriotism would be successful and exhorted to exercise moderation in its business undertakings. 1990 annual meeting records, Executive Committee's report of 1991 and 1991 financial report were submitted, and the 1991 report of the Executive Committee and financial reports were agreed upon at the meeting. Later, Vice Chairman U Hla Myen Thein answered to the queries of members that were sent through the post. The meeting concluded after the announcement by the Executive Committee list for 1991-92 and a closing address by the chairman. In connection with the seizure of 3,862 Fansidite bottles from Tanton of Nyote Ward and 999 Fansidite bottles from Mozo of the same ward in Moyua by the Special Narcotics Squad on August 14, 1991, the Military Tribunal of No. 2 of the Northwest Command Headquarters handed down prison sentences under the May 21, 1992 Narcotics Law. Mindaji, alias Tanton, 42, son of Uchali, was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment. Mozo, 27, son of Utingwe, to 11 years imprisonment. Tanton, 29, son of Ubomao, to 16 years imprisonment. And Kimao A, alias Tonton, alias Tonao, 19, son of Ukansen, to 14 years imprisonment. This news comes to you from Radio Myanmar, Yangon. Students Maung Myen Luen, 12, Maung Kai Mo, 8, of Bambwe Village, Nangcho Township, picked up a gold bar on the Lasho Mandalay Railway line at milepost 6263 on April 3, 1992. They delivered the gold bar to officials of the Tamador coffee plantation in Bambwe. It was found that the gold bar was taken from the other country and weighs 11.4 tickles. The gold bar was taken by proper authorities, and the two dutiful students were awarded a monetary prize of 1,44,440 kyats for their honesty. The disabled athlete, Sergeant Jokai, who participated at the 9th sports competition for the disabled in Barcelona, Spain, accompanied by the chairman of the Myanmar Nangan's Sports Federation for the Disabled, Lieutenant Colonel Teha, arrived back in Yangon by air this evening. They were welcomed on arrival by responsible officials of the Sports and Physical Education Department and relatives. Young girls from the Social Welfare Department also presented bouquets in their honor. Sergeant Jokai stood 6th in the 200-meter one-legged race and was awarded a certificate of honor. A newly constructed diesel oil sales shop, number 027, has been opened this morning at Dagomyote Township, South, which is under the supervision of Myanmar Petroleum Products Enterprise, Yangon Division Sales Office of the Ministry of Energy. The diesel oil sales shop will be open to the public daily. 32 men and a woman who have been serving prison terms under existing laws had their sentences reduced by Declaration number 11/92 of the State Law and Order Restoration Council and have been released from Maubin prison today. The Myanmar Traditional Folk Art Exhibition continued for the 18th day today at the Tamador Hall on Uizara Road in Yangon. 111 teachers and students of High School number 3, 450 students of High School number 1, 315 students of Middle School number 1, 100 students of Middle School number 2, 323 students of Middle School number 3, Bazondown Township, 25 employees of the Religious Affairs Department, 30 trainees from the orientation course for state and divisional judges, 7 Russian Buddhist novices who are studying Theravada Buddhism in Myanmar Nangan, led by Sayadaw Uwanita from the Pariyati Tegadol, visited the exhibition today. 1,015 teachers and students of High School number 3, Mingla Taunyo Township, also visited the exhibition on September 15. The exhibition is open daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, and a total of 2,800 persons, including members of the Sangha, students and service personnel, visited the exhibition today. The weather. Monsoon is weak in the Bay of Bengal. Forecast valid until tomorrow evening. Rain or thunder showers will be isolated in Lower Zagai, Mandalay and Magui divisions, scattered in Chin, Shan and Kayah states, Upper Zagai, Bago, Ayeyarwady and Yangon divisions, and fairly widespread in the remaining states and divisions. Seas will be slight to moderate in Myanmar waters. In Yangon and neighboring areas, isolated rain or thunder showers. In Mandalay and neighboring areas, isolated rain or thunder showers are likely. Outlook for the next 2 days, weak monsoon. Now to end the news here again are the main points. Attorney General Wu Aung-do has delivered an address at the concluding ceremony of reorientation course number 10 for township-level judicial officers. And Mayor of Yangon, Uko Lei, has attended a donation ceremony sponsored by the Yangon City Development Committee. And that is the end of the news from Radio Myanmar, Yangon.
No matter who tries to divide us, we will always be united.
Safeguard national independence.
You are tuned to Yangon. This is Radio Myanmar, Yangon. In honor of the 4th anniversary of the advent of the State Law and Order Restoration Council today, the 18th of September, we now present an article from the Working People's Daily entitled 4 Years of Goodwill, written by Chotura.
4 years ago today, the State Law and Order Restoration Council emerged to save the Union from the brink of disintegration in the wake of nationwide clamor that was hijacked by those with sinister designs, and the innocent majority were unwittingly taken for a ride on a trip to anarchism. Now, 4 years to the day, my fellow citizens must be better able to comprehend what might have occurred if further deterioration of the situation as existed in September 1988 had not been put under control. The radio and television, as well as the print media here in this country, have, over the past year, carried vivid samplings of what could have happened. Street fighting in the capitals of what formerly was a vast union straddling Europe and Asia. Death and destruction brought on by factional fighting and precipitate uncertainty and insecurity are scenarios that might have been played out here in our midst. Split brought about either through differences of opinion, political percussion, or by thirst for territorial gain in yet another formerly united country. Also in Europe, senseless carnage and reduction of cities to rubble are seen so common on satellite television news, one can clearly guess what could have happened here if the Union's disintegration were not prevented in good time. Experience. The experience of the past decade, or even less than half a decade, can be turned into a fact sheet. This would show that uncertainty and chaos, the breakdown of law and order, the dysfunction of administration all spelled a downslide of the situation. Given the circumstances which led to that, it is to the credit of all of us, those involved in administration and those administered as well, that we were able to arrest the decline of the situation and secure normalcy. In the years that the State Law and Order Restoration Council has been taking care of the country, much has been done in the name of public well-being. Some of the initial four main tasks set upon itself by the State Law and Order Restoration Council are still unfinished, and all the declarations made thereafter have yet to see a total fruition. However, if we look back over our shoulders at the milestones we have passed, we must at least be satisfied that a lot has been achieved. A lot more needs to be done. Solutions. The State Law and Order Restoration Council has been seeking solutions beginning with the basic act of restoring law and order. When anarchy was rife and the plight of the public, the majority was going from bad to worse. There was an urgent need to arrest the situation from edging toward the abyss. All of us must honestly admit that whatever property we had and life itself was in danger, and this danger had become more pronounced with the passing hours. The frenzy that prevailed could have whipped up greater strife, and a breakup of the Union and unity itself could have been the outcome. With the immediate solution that was arresting the situation achieved, the State Law and Order Restoration Council has worked for assurance of the food, clothing, and shelter needs, and made strides in the security, health, education, human development, and other sectors. Change. This nation has a fair share of problems to boast about, just as many other nations similarly strapped. There is inflation. There has yet to be economic stability and political stability. From the very beginning, when it stepped in to take control of the situation, the State Law and Order Restoration Council has been moving slowly but steadily toward bringing about economic and political change. On both the economic and political fronts, some headway has been made, but one has to remember nothing can be changed overnight. Legislation, replacement of archaic procedures, rules in line with the change that is being sought, provision of investment opportunities to those at home and our well-wishers abroad, paving the way for political pluralism, which by any standard is easier said than done. The magnitude of the work that is to be carried out merits careful assessment. However, as we move toward the writing of a new state constitution preceded by the holding of a national convention, there is a general understanding throughout the nation of what is good in the broader national interest and what is not. The State Law and Order Restoration Council has sought to unite the nation based on goodwill toward all worthy of identity with it. This has chalked up encouraging results. Work for development of the border areas and the national races, setting up of infrastructure to facilitate such plans, construction, building of roads and bridges, and other aspects that lend credence to human development endeavors are appreciated by those who are able to see them in their proper perspective. Noble desire. The State Law and Order Restoration Council's avowed aim, enshrined in the noble desire, is to retransfer state power to the people, in whom it was initially vested through democratic means within the shortest time possible. Toward that end, the entire people, all of us, must give all their cooperation to ensure the rule of law and for prevalence of peace and tranquility. As we take stock of the situation today, we must also renew our pledge for the realization of our three main national causes: non-disintegration of the Union, non-disintegration of national solidarity, and perpetuation of national sovereignty. United, all of us shall be able to overcome hardship and proceed toward a prosperous future.
That was an article from the Working People's Daily, in honor of the 4th anniversary of the advent of the State Law and Order Restoration Council, entitled 4 Years of Goodwill, written by Chotura. You are tuned to Yangon.
In commemoration of the 4th anniversary of the State Law and Order Restoration Council's takeover of the state's responsibility